Things are looking really bad for DDG, to be honest. He just keeps getting hit back to back to back to back. Pause, no Diddy. And it seems like now Cinco is exposing him. I think it had something to do with his group that he made recently, and it looks like it's already going down in flames. So let's get into the video and let's actually see what's going on. Cinco Exposed DDG.
Like I said, I felt like he was the program. He ran the program. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Last year, I was at the bottom of the rank. This person has talked to various crazy. Calling, I made you, and who you drive this, and who, like.
After DDG's new group, the Capaholics, was announced, a bunch of people were tuning into it, seeing all of the members. And one member that stuck out to a lot of people happened to be Cinco. Not because he was one of the funniest people inside the group, but because when Capaholics actually started on October 1st, he was the one person that wasn't there anymore. And a lot of people were so confused and didn't understand why until we spoke out recently talking about how he was disrespected, he was used, and basically their entire friend group as a whole isn't even a real friend group. Basically,
that kind of makes sense. Like if you think about AMP, you think about, you know, FaZe, they bring together a whole bunch of people that are already like doing big things, so everyone's on like equal ground, right? However, if you bring your homies in a group and, you know, you're big dog of all the homies, you're gonna be walking like you big dog. But that's not how you make a successful group. The group needs to be all equal ground, and even if everyone isn't at a equal ground, you need to treat everyone like they're at an equal ground so that your group can actually thrive ultimately. But groups be going down in flames very, very often.
He's trying to expose not only DDG, but other people with inside the group while he was alive yesterday. But we're going to break down the most important parts of everything that's going on. You know, in order to do that, though, we have to start from the very beginning.
Seen a lot of narratives, people talking about it's because of my girl. Like, first of all, let's just nip that in the bud right there. I did auditions for Argue My Ball with my girl. My girl knew, like, she knows what entertainment is. She doesn't trip up conversation. We have a very healthy relationship, you know what I'm saying? So that's never the case. I see narratives saying that I want to be, you know, I think I'm bigger than the program. Definitely is not that, you know what I'm saying? I come from a place where I know ain't nothing bigger than the program, you know what I'm saying? But program can't work other than they bigger than the program.
Cinco starts his entire live stream dispelling a lot of rumors. Before anybody actually knew the reason why he wasn't inside the Capaholics, they did start multiple rumors saying it was because of his girlfriend Lala and her connection with DDG, or that she was just having him not do it because they already know the type of content they make, which is mainly girl content. And he clears all those rumors saying he already did My Ball auditions, which again was girl content with DDG and the other collectives where they had auditioned other women, and she understands that at the end of the day it's just content. None of that stuff actually means anything on their true relationship, along with dispelling the fact that people thought he was bigger than the program, saying that he thought he could make it farther without needing the Capaholics, and that's the whole reason why he decided not to join them, because he could just grind on his own and get way farther than anybody as a group. Also dispelling that, saying he knows that's not the case, being like, hey, I do mess with people that are actually in this group, but somebody in the group was thinking that they were actually bigger than the program. And that's where
And that's the biggest thing. Like I said, you can't have someone running in the front if you want a successful group. That's kind of like when it comes down to, let's say, like music groups. You know what I'm saying? Lil Yachty has his, you know, let's talk about you know, Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti's group does good because he doesn't put himself in front of his group. He like has them do their own thing and he doesn't mess with it. Like he don't touch it. Let them shine on their own. And that is what DDG needs to do. And he can't act like he's the boss of them. Even though I haven't seen anything or heard anything where he's actually saying that quite yet. But if that's what's going on, you have to, you know, let your co-stars shine at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You want to be The Rock in every movie. You want to win every fight. That's not how you make, you know, a good group at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you make a good movie. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to be the butt of the joke. You have to be willing to do all these things in order to make a successful group as a whole, ultimately. So
he gets into the actual disrespect he apparently faced while inside the Capaholics.
You know, a situation transpired, you know, where I caught it when it was wrong. You know, the person came at very disrespect, very childish, very immature. To the point it wasn't even about what I came about anymore. It was just some way deeper. You know what I'm saying? And I felt the animosity, and animosity doesn't always have to be about money. Don't hate about because, oh, I got more money, I'ma hate on you. Like, nah. stems from different places. I'm not a therapist. I don't know where that stems from, but I felt it, you feel me? Various times I try to leave our group chat, you know what I'm saying, and defuse the situation, you know, but like I said, I felt like he was the program. He ran the program, you know what I'm saying? So he kept adding me back and just turning it down, like coming at it in real disrespectful ways, talking to it like a friend would never talk to. Again, like, it's happened once before, but I let it go, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, the person came to me and was like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, you know what I'm saying, I'm going through certain situations, and I'm like, I respect it.
Throughout this entire talk, at no point in time did Jay Cinco actually say the person's name, but because of tweets and other clips we'll go into later, we know for a fact it was DDG. The overall situation he's talking about definitely explains why you probably wouldn't want to be a part of that group, if all of what he is saying is true, because we actually don't know. At no point in time did he show proof, text messages, anything like that. It's just basically he said, she said. With Jay Cinco talking about situations that happened in the past already, some people believe it was even more of DDG, because he's talking about things going on in the person's life, and if you've seen DDG's year, it definitely would make sense why he would want to lash out at somebody. But lashing out at a friend, especially in that situation where he's just trying to come to you and tell you that you did something wrong, makes it 10 times worse. And then doubling back by adding him to a group chat that he continuously tries to leave and continuously disrespecting him over and over and over again just shows the level of arrogance that at a certain point no one's gonna want to tolerate. At least that's what you would think, because apparently this is an isolated situation with Jay Cinco. It's a situation throughout that entire friend group that he not only calls fake, but basically also claims this person goes around disrespecting people continuously and they don't do anything but sit there and accept it.
Even that group, like, it's not a real group, bro. Like, that ain't real. Them ain't real. Like, and I'm not saying, like, speaking on as far as everybody individually. I'm just speaking as a group. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Our friend group was always based off of the ranks of popularity. Like, last year I was at the bottom of the rank. If I put up to the club late, nigga, tell me over. Like, you can't even get in the club. Like, I'm not coming out to get you. You know, this person has talked to various crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even the time I got talked to crazy, like this situation that where just blatantly disrespected a nigga below the belt, he blatantly disrespected another.
I could feel that. Okay, I get what you're talking about. He's saying, like, and it's crazy because I feel like for the most part when niggas get to a certain level, every niggas just start acting like that, and it's like it takes a real, like, just a real nigga not to act like that, or they had to have like a real bond with you before they get on like that type shit, that type time, you know what I mean? But that is fucked up. He said last year I go to the club, I'm coming to the club late, nobody coming to get me, I might as well go home. That's fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got any of your dogs, I'm not leaving nobody outside. You know what I'm saying? No man left behind type shit. Even if they the smallest dog in the group. You know what I mean? So that's fucked up.
Below the belt. And that person didn't say nothing. They took it. Like, they just, Nick calling, bitch, da-da-da, I made you, and who you drive this, and whoop, like real, like, real crazy shit, fool. It's like, damn, like, and say some shit like that to the other, the nigga just ain't say nothing, you feel me? And just took it and just, you know, whoop, like, sat under it. Game me.
I would have to keep saying a lot of this stuff obviously isn't confirmed, but he is saying things that people have speculated about from the inception of the Capaholics. Obviously, they've only been out for like 2 days, so you've only been able to see their interactions between 2 days. But a lot of people have already called that, saying that they don't seem like a genuine friend group, along with the fact that DDG, obviously being the most clouded, having the most eyes on him, the most attention in the entire group, would be able to pull egotistical moves like that. With the notoriety and connections that DDG has, he would be able to pull big brand deals that he could easily just say somebody inside the group wouldn't be a part of in order to gain control of them. Again, not saying that he did that because we have no proof that he did, but it would make sense that out of anybody in the group, yes, DDG would be the one to be able to do it.
So we already don't even know if this is DDG. Okay. So we're pointing at DDG based off of context clues. But he didn't outright say DDG, but it kind of makes sense why it would be DDG. Okay. The
fact that people were calling out his ego mid-live stream as he was going on an entire rant on Twitter, tweeting about it consistently as Jay Cinco was talking about the situation, along with even changing his bio on Twitter because of certain things that he said. Dog on a view high and just yapping, crying laughing emoji. Nigga ad farming now, laughing emoji, just yapping. Shit finna cut in half when he touched that car door handle. Niggas switch up on a gang when shit gets sticky. Y'all know I ain't start nothing, I finish it. That young man is an imposter. together, going and changing his bio to the program. Regardless of how you feel about this entire situation, thinking that Jay Cinco's gotta be lying, he's making all of this up, you gotta agree that doing that stuff from DDG is the most egotistical thing you could possibly do, especially when Jay Cinco didn't name you at all. You didn't give a name actually this entire live stream.
And it sounds like Jay Cinco is, it doesn't sound like he's trying to drag a nigga down. He sounds like he's hurt that shit happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And he's hurt even now after he made a name for himself. You know, before he didn't mind being Lil Dog, where he getting shitted on by niggas and shit because it's like, damn, you know, I'm Lil Dog. But now he feels like he built himself to a certain extent, like he shouldn't have to still deal with that same shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just still think he's Little Dog or the smallest dog when, you know, he's not no more. And that's fucked up. So it sounds like he's just hurt. And it sounds like DDG is kind of like kicking the nigga while he down type shit. Like, nigga, shut up. That's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. And especially like, that's how you know niggas is never really friends for real. Like niggas became friends off of shared clout rather than shared mental or shared fucking thoughts or shared fucking hobbies or anything of that nature. Like niggas became friends off of shared clout. Like a nigga got enough clout where he got it around you and then you guys like, oh yeah, and became friends off of that shit. But like niggas ain't really friends for real. And that's what it really comes down to. And that's what I feel like streamers and, you know, famous people and shit, like, they kind of need to work on that shit, if we being real. Like, life could be so much easier, better for them if they had people around them that they actually trust, actually fuck with, you know, actually had things in common with, and people that they actually respected, you know, off of something higher than just bro got money or bro got clout. You know what I mean? Like, you meet a nigga at the court and the nigga fucking, he just go dummy. You're like, bro, that's my dog right there. You know what I'm saying? I have respect for him because he's great at something. He's great at playing ball. You know what I'm saying? He a cool dude. He this, he that. But it's like niggas just get respect off each other off of, oh, you got a mill? Yeah, type shit. And that shit don't hold a lot of weight when everybody got a fucking mill. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, you guys are just strangers in a room being forced to be friends with each other, you know, for the internet.
But later on, when he would start talking more, he would even bring up the fact that instead of just saying disrespectful things like this person made him, or talking about the cars that he drives, clothes, any of that, he also talked about a brand deal that he was going to give them, basically hovering it over him, trying to use that as leverage to get him to join the group back and basically control him.
Discrediting, you know what I'm saying? Telling nigga I wouldn't be and I can't make it without it and made you drive this and this and that. You feel me? It's like, and then I'm like, man, I'm out this. I ain't finna argue with you, bro. You a kid, bro. You mentally a kid. Talking about nana and the boo-boo and just, bro, childish fool, like childish. It's like, I said I'm gonna lead a group, try to wave some money over my head, try to wave a gambling deal. Like, oh, sent a screenshot like, oh yeah, you finna lead a group, all right, bet. I was finna bring this. I was finna bring this here to y'all. Send a little screenshot of some money. I told the nigga, man, f that money. Can't, like, you think you could call a nigga out his name and disrespect him to the max, and you think you could send a screenshot of some money and I'm supposed to kiss your, man, you out your mind, bro. You out your mind, bro. And I have various signs. I don't let shit slide so many times, gang, like so many times, because I want to be accepted by a group of I thought was cool, or accepted by I thought was cool. Certain niggas I thought was cool.
Don't get me wrong, money is an amazing thing. The way it can help a bunch of people, and not even just yourself when you're getting it, but the people around you, is beautiful. But to try and wave money over somebody's head in order to control them and use them so that you can just say and do whatever you want is some of the weirdest things possible, especially in an industry like content creation, where we can all just win together without having to worry about somebody holding a brand deal over your head, or talking about not being able to help you with videos, or just not being able to help you, period. But that just seems like what's going on in this situation, where he's trying his best to have control over not just Jay Cinco, but the entire group, and it's not really working out with him, at least, to the point where he is willing to leave and not come back because he just wants to have his own respect. Obviously not making as much money, but it's gonna be morals over money every single time. What makes it even worse is they were trying to convince this man to stay inside the group and just not be cool with him, which makes no real sense. It just shows how fake that group actually is. If they're willing to go to this extent, really do have someone there that obviously is not only being disrespected by somebody else in y'all's group, but also just doesn't want to be there because of the fakeness he sees within the collective.
I don't want your money. I want you to be here. You know what I'm saying? I want you to genuinely respect me and show genuine love. That's what I thought. I thought going into the house, I'm finna make millions with my friend. And told me, gang, put that shit aside, bro. Like, come on, please, bro, put that shit aside. Like, you could just, like, y'all don't gotta like each other. We gonna make more money, bro. It's business, bro. Like, think about the business, man. The business, bro. That's not what I signed. If it's all about business, I'd rather be by myself. I'd be self-employed then, nigga. That's not what I'm about. Maybe you consider, like, what y'all been doing, sitting around faking it with a nigga and only kicking it with a nigga because it brings some type of benefit.
I'm not gonna lie, he might not be talking about DDG, but DDG might have, like, because everybody think it's him, because whatever, he might have, like, you know, changed the shit to the program and stuff. He might be talking about, then again, I don't even know who's fucking in the group. I ain't watched the shit where the group started, but I did see a video of Deshae in there. If anyone could say they made J Cinco, it's Deshae. You know, I don't feel like DDG can say, oh, I made you. Nigga, what? I feel like Deshae could say that. You know what I'm saying? Deshae's sister could say that type of shit, but I don't think, you know, DDG could even, like, come out his mouth to say that shit. Or maybe I'm tweaking, but I feel like that would be more Deshae saying some shit like that. And then DDG kind of being like, bro, just ignore that shit. Come on, bro, lock in, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And him not fucking with that shit. Or maybe it's both of them. Maybe he's talking about a group of niggas. Maybe he's just talking about multiple niggas. You know what I'm saying? He didn't name drop. He's just saying shit.
Life, but me, I can't do that, fool. I gotta play it safe with y'all. I can't give y'all all my loyalty. I gotta genuinely be under a crib with a nigga and I be like, I could do this for, but I can't go up here for. Like, nah, bro.
That's a pretty big issue with group content in general. I feel like a lot of people want to get in these groups thinking that, hey, man, as long as we combine our audience together and we have fun, then we're definitely going to grow not only together, but also just make a lot of money. And it should benefit everyone around. But if you're not genuinely friends with somebody, then it makes no real sense to do this type of content. Even on just like a business level, like, oh, we're cool, so we're just going to all hang out together. It doesn't not only feel genuine, but it also is just odd because once situations like this were to happen, instantly the entire group is going to just crumble afterwards. It doesn't help anybody trying to fake a relationship just to get some type of gain, notoriety, anything from it, especially since you would have to do that long term with somebody who is just eating their ego at the end of the day if you're actually going to sit there and just be a yes man to them. It's all pretty weird if it is true. Unfortunately, those are the important parts of what J Cinco said. After that, he got into some yap, but we do have responses from other people that were inside the group, mainly Dub, Deshae, and even DDG, who didn't really go in depth, but wanted to say his piece on the situation a little bit here and there throughout his stream yesterday.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying Cinco is lying. I want to do it on desktop when I talk about that shit.
Truth be told, though, if it's not DDG, he's probably saying that he's lying, but somebody else is doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So DDG just might not be the one that actually was doing that shit. That's why he's saying, bro, lying. It could have been Deshae. It could have been Dub. I feel like it's more likely to be Deshae or Dub, to be honest. Actually, I don't think Dub would do it. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I feel like it has to be one of them three, though, like for Shursky. Because I don't know who else would be, like, violating niggas like that in that group.
I am the program,
yeah, for sure. Find me.
Call me DD Program. DD Program.
I'm lying. Hey, show the message. Hey, that's why I leave it at that. Show the message. I ain't gotta say nothing else, gang. You wanna prove it to me? Show the message.
You know what's crazy though? I will say this though. I'm such a real nigga. I ain't even gonna do it to him tomorrow. But if I did what he told me to do, talking about show some messages, bro, y'all look at that nigga so damn different. I'm not even gonna do that though. Nigga probably lose it all, bro. I don't know why he encouraged me to do that.
This makes no real sense to me, as everything J
Yeah, they're both bluffing. They're both bluffing.
Cinco was saying is not only an attack on DDG's group, but DDG as a person, his entire character. No matter what you might say, be like, yo, I can pull up clip after clip of people saying they mess with DDG. I can pull up clip after clip of people showing that DDG is actually out here helping people. That's all online. Those messages, stuff that happens behind closed doors, or these real people. A lot of people get confused and want to pull up clips, old live streams, old YouTube videos, being like, hey man, look at what DDG did here. Look at what this person said. That's all on camera. Nobody is out here blatantly disrespecting people on camera because because then you're going to do the same thing that you're doing now with these good clips with bad clips. That's why he's encouraging him to show the messages. If anything, that would prove that DDG is more in the right. If he is so correct, then I don't understand why he's not willing to do it. It just doesn't make any real sense to me. But maybe he is just that good of a person, and he just doesn't want to destroy Jay Singo's career, which is what I've been seeing online. But outside of just DDG, we have had the most neutral takes of neutral takes. People that are on both sides of the situation, like Deshae Frost, have come out and shared their opinion.
You leaving, that shit gon' like, cause I had shit planned for me in Cinco, bro. I had shit planned for me in Cinco, and I was like, damn, bro, like I had a little segment and all this shit. But am I still gonna do streams with Cinco? Hell yeah. Am I still gonna do streams with DD? Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm still gonna do streams with them niggas. Them
I don't think
niggas
it was Deshae.
You know, they're not fucking with each other right now. And you know, maybe that shit changes. I think that shit will change in the future. You know, I think niggas will come together later. It might not be today or tomorrow. It might be in a year. It might be in 5 months, 6 months. Who knows? But I think this shit's gonna be crazy right now, bro. I think this shit's gonna be.
Now, obviously, I can't blame Deshae, but he didn't really go in depth within the group chat situation, which if it's a group chat with everybody that was in Capaholics, he would be in it, talking about how that went down. He didn't really go in depth talking about anybody's ego, anybody's anything. He just talked about he wishes for the best for both of them and tried to stay out of it, which makes sense. That's how most of everybody else reacted. Anybody that was close with DDG and Jay Cinco just gave the exact same thing, hoping for the best for both of them, not really going into depth about any of their character or if any of that they said was even true in the slightest way. Unfortunately, this just shows why group content, or at least these streamer groups in general, are not working out. Purely because you're bringing together a bunch of people that actually don't like each other, and it gets even worse when you actually are friends and then transcend to that business level, because you can't really keep a group together while also maintaining the business side of things if you all don't look at each other as equals or as friends. And Dub actually went into that on his live stream, talking about the difficulties that actually come with this group content.
So we all was a friend group, but the only thing between our friend group is that some people was cooler than other people, then some others was cooler than other, and then we all combined. You know what I'm saying? Once you mix business with stuff, bro, it always go bad. Once you mix business with stuff, it always go bad. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking to Max about Capaholics, and he was just like, bro, here's what Max told me. It's a group now. So when y'all get into it, just know that y'all are a business. No, at first y'all was just a friend group. When it's business, when 2 niggas disagree or 3 niggas or 4 niggas disagree on something, you're not stopping, oh, I'm just not going to reply to this nigga in the group chat no more. Or if we go to the club or if we go out to eat, I'm just not going to go because I don't like them. Now it's like, oh, I'm not doing content. I'm not doing business with this person anymore. When you make it a group, you're not making business. I'm not doing business with that person no more. So now I look bad just on the whole group. Me and Deshae get into it, and we get to the point where we want to fight each other, or we say some disrespectful words. The business between me and Deshae is done because it's not a friend group no more. It's a business group where we do everything together. So it'll make things worse when you're in a group, when you get into it, because it's like, I don't want to make no money with you, and I'm not going to talk to you. So that's the bad things about the group.
This entire disagreement between Jay Cinco and DDG just shows the bad natures that come with this group content and how downhill and terrible it is.
So I don't think it was Dub either anymore after hearing that. Yeah, it gotta be DDG for real. It gotta be DDG for real. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised that DDG is like, I'm big dog. This is my group. I'm big dog. Like, if you want to start a group, like, you have to put yourself on an equal playing field with the people that you're with. You have to put your ego aside. You have to put all this aside so that everyone can be on equal footing. Because how can you bring the best out of people when it's like, I'm the best? You know what I mean? It's just, it's not conducive to great content. It's not conducive to longevity at the end of the day. That's fucked up though. I feel kind of bad for Jay Cinco. Ultimately, I feel like DDG don't really give a fuck. You know, I wish that he did. I wish DDG was like, damn, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I said some bullshit. I didn't really mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we all dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish it was happening more like that, where DDG was more hurt at the fact that Jay Cinco took shit, you know, so, you know, overly, and it doesn't seem like that's the case. So I can definitely see how Jay Cinco, you know, can get, you know, on edge or just not fuck with him no more. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? We're all in this group together. You know, I thought this would put us on equal ground, but you still, you know, trying to lil bro me, and it's fucked up. And, you know, he may have more bread than him. He may be this, he may be that. Who knows what the fuck? But it's like, bread aside, clout aside, you know, we all just people here trying to, you know, build something together. And, you know, you need your building blocks. You can't be at the top of the pyramid without the rest of the pyramid. You know what I mean? So
again, we have no proof of any of this unless DDG's stream shows us text messages or proof of things that are being said. But if you just take everything that Jay Cinco said as the truth, then it's understandable why he would want to leave the Capaholics. And it's probably going to end up affecting everybody else in the group. It's just one person leaving right now. But if this is the venom that's spreading around the group, eventually it's just going to crumble down with more and more people leaving, them being distant, and the group actually breaking up. Which before the Jay Cinco stuff even happened, people were already speculating. And the fact that this stuff did happen, it's just basically coming to fruition. And eventually DDG is gonna come out and speak his piece.
anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.